Greetings, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Happy Monday. Today is the day that the moon rules, and the moon is currently in Taurus. It's in the early stages of Taurus. I think it went into Taurus last night. Good morning, Divine Love, Divine One Love. Good morning, clouds, and good morning. So I am Monique, also known as the Moon Mama, and this is our Nodal Masterclass. We're in eclipse season, so I am doing a lot of work to stay grounded right now. As you guys know, I've been working on my house, my apartment, and getting it reorganized. Just sort of recognizing I've lived in the same place for like 14 years. And like 14 years now, 14 and 15 years. And just realizing that I had collected a lot of stuff. Like there was just a lot of things. Like I have been in student mode for the last 14 years, really. For my whole life, I've been in student mode. I am an eternal student. I love learning, right? But I have been in collection mode, and so I just have been really getting rid of things and seeing what direction I'm going in. Like, from at this stage in my life, what's most important to me, what do I want to prioritize, and letting go of a lot of old things that were connected to who I used to be and what I was, and opening up for the new, so new things can happen and new things can occur. And while we're in this eclipse energy, the tendency for me is to just let go of everything, like to let go of all my practices. Let me say how I mean it. The tendency for me is to lose my commitment in these energies. So I have structures in place that support me in, to run a business as an entrepreneur. There are things that have to get done. I have a system of working with time, using the moons that I'm teaching to other people. And so I have to meet those marks. I have to be diligent and committed and in integrity with my own self and my work and my practices so that I can support others in their work, right? I do coaching and counseling, and in order for me to live up to the energy it takes to support others, to see clearly what's going on with them and to be able to support them, I have to be able to see my own self clearly. I can't be lying to myself about something and then trying to support someone else with things that are going on in their lives. I can't be, with having stuff going on in my family that is not getting worked out, that I'm not addressing, and I'm supporting other people with stuff going on in their family. So during the eclipse season, everything is so heightened. All the energies are so heightened. My tendency has been to just fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm going to start doing all the stuff I don't do. I'm going to start doing, you know what I mean? And I'm going to lose my order. I will just let it wash away. And I'm not going to do that. I cannot do that. I cannot afford that. So there's a vulnerability in my energy field right now because things are changing, but there are things I do every day to bring me back to what I'm up to remind me of what I'm up to. And my intention is to do them at a certain times in the day. So I like to wake up be out of the bed by at the latest 4:45. This morning I didn't get out of the bed until 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? So right there is so everything got pushed back. Everything, but I got everything done. Everything got pushed back. I got everything done, and my first client isn't until 10:30. So that's what I'm up to. I'm up to towing the line. I'm up to holding the line. So let me read your statement because I was answering your question. Me too. Too much stuff over 16 years and back in school after 25 years taking an astronomy class. Love that, because I just love it. Hoping to get to work. Oh my gosh, working at Griffith Observatory. Who is this? Who is Divine One Love? Who, I don't know your tag name, but I feel like I'm sure we know each other. But dang, all of the crapola got lots of stuff to move to Torrance. Yeah, so that's what I am up to, and that's what we're all up to on some level. We're breaking down our old reality, our old constructs. We're breaking them down so that new constructs can be erected. And that is personal and physical, because we are with the South Node in Virgo, and that South Node in Virgo is saying, yes. Okay, great. But tell me what your name is, your name, because Divine One Love is not registering. Oh, Stella. Yes. Hi, Stella. Hi, darling. Absolutely. Okay. So we are all breaking down constructs, and if you are intentional and paying attention to your life, you will see the things that just don't serve you any longer. You will see that you're having a hard time holding on to them. One of the things that I'm really thoughtful of right now is that if I just hold my energy, I don't have to worry about who's in my life, who's showing up, who's not, because if I hold my frequency, if I hold my intention, my mission, and I focus on what I'm doing, the people that are aligned to me will naturally show up. The people that are in frequency and alignment will naturally show up and be resonant. You won't have to work hard for your relationships. You won't have to work hard for your work, or if you are an entrepreneur, and you create the systems and the structures, put them in place in order for you to put the systems and the structures in place, which is what I'm saying. It's like, the systems and structures are like, what are you thinking? How are you using your mind? What are you doing with your emotions? How are you using your emotions? What are you eating? What is your relationship to food? What is your relationship to relating to others? Do you prioritize yourself? Or are you someone that forgoes your own needs for the needs and the acceptance of others? These are the things I'm working to really clean up, like to be super precise and integrity with myself, to have a precision in how I am moving through this 3D reality with intention, with mission, with purpose, and being sure that everything in my life is aligned to that. The moon is in Taurus today, and the moon squared Pluto when it got into Taurus. So we are in this energy that's like a deep transformation in our sensory selves. What feels right to you? What doesn't feel right to you? Like literally. And what happens when we're in these energies is that we wanna be reactive. Because it's starting to reveal, more light is coming in and starting to reveal what's really there. And so there's a reactivity that shows up like now, like, I want it to, and no, don't do that. The work right now is just to notice what's showing up. Oh, this relationship feels out of alignment, like a pair of shoes that you've outgrown. Like, oh, you put on some pants, it's like, okay, let me put on these pants, and you're like, oh, they're tight, right? They're too tight. So it's like, okay, what do I need to do when things don't feel the same anymore? What do I need to do? Do I need to lose weight? Do I need to, do some exercising? Do I need to get rid of them? Is it like, okay, I'm not about to go into no heavy dieting and shifting, all of that kind of stuff, so I'm gonna go buy me some new clothes, right? Like, this is going on in your life somewhere. And if you follow it in your life, if you follow that one little thread, like that, it will lead you to all the other stuff. You don't have to think about everything. That's not what you need to do. You need to focus on the one thing that's really getting your motherfucking attention. The one thing that's like, what is that? I know for me, well, y'all see, so for me it has been, let me say what it really is. Let me get clear so that I'm just not talking shit, because I can talk a lot of shit sometimes. I have been working on healing a core wound around the masculine, around the way I relate to the masculine. And that core wound shows up as overanalyzing and overthinking about the 3D reality in this rational way. Like, if they did that, it means this. If they said that, it means, like, this sort of deep internal investigative mind that is looking for problems in the world. I'm a Virgo. I have a stellium in the 6th house. It is my mission to find problems. I love it. I love finding problems, like literally. But I don't want to look for problems in my personal relationships with people, because everyone is changing and transforming right now. I'm not here to pick on people to make, that's not what I'm here to do, right? I am here to support people into their greater yet to be. And so what I've been doing is making sure that function in me that is a problem finder or a problem solver is geared towards something that actually is service oriented and not geared towards me and my body and my relationships and these nitpicky ninny ways that my internal voice can just be of that. And so I have to reorient that energy. So my mind, when my mind is looking at things and internally having a dialogue, being like, oh, that ain't this, and why they say that, and that don't make sense. It's like, like when black people, when we go to the movies, right? And if you ever go to a movie in an all black theater, they will be talking to the screen, right? I have a voice inside of my head that's doing that with everything in reality. Many of us do. Just gauging everything, judging everything, criteriaing everything, categorizing everything. And my desire from this day forward is to just witness. Is to just see, unless I need to categorize, unless there's some reason that I am called to categorize that. But if it's not for me to do it, I'm going to just witness it. I'm going to see it as it is and create no narrative behind it. Because what I'm seeing is that all these narratives that I have created show up as veils in my life. These beliefs that I am show up as resistance in my system that keep me out of my capacity to actually affect change and be who I'm really meant to be. It's like been a protection mechanism, and it was born in my childhood because I had to determine what was danger and what was safe from an early age. And so I developed this internal critical voice that creates an illusion of safety and protecting myself that I am ready to let go. My cats are fighting. That I am ready to let go of. So this is the way that does this make sense? Because I'm sitting here, I'm talking to the camera. It feels like I'm talking to myself because nobody's here. And it's so personal. This is such an intimate function in my own psyche. But I know I'm not alone. I know that we are all doing something of a sort. Maybe you haven't recognized it in yourself yet because you have not crossed how it creates boundaries. It creates boundaries that things can't get in and things can't get out. Your energy can't flow correctly. But many of us don't even recognize that we're doing it. And so, as I know, I'm a way shower. And it is my duty, my mission to talk about these deep internal processes so that they resonate with those who are in my field of contact. Because the more of us that can tap into this within ourselves, the more of us, that is the process of ascension. Ascension is an internal thing, going from the mind to the heart. You always hear me say it's a consciousness thing. And so the consciousness is about what is going on inside of you that's creating the world. What is it in you that's creating this chaos that we have out in the world right now? Because we are all contributing to it in some way. Everyone is. Everyone. It's not just the Republicans or the Democrats or the whites everyone is contributing to the frequency of chaos and destruction that's happening on the planet right now. And the question is for you to become aware of how you are contributing to it. And then take responsibility for your aspects of it and begin to clean it up inside of you. Inside, right? So I see that I have a voice inside of me that is always narrating the world as if someone is out to get me. Why do I have that? Because I grew up in a family with black people who have been here for 400 years being terrorized. So just like the butterfly, when they migrate from Canada to Mexico and that butterfly dies and another butterfly is born and follows in the same patterns of the butterfly before, even though they didn't even know the butterfly because it's coded in them, you have been following the same patterns of your ancestors, whether they were white or black or whatever, because it's coded in you, and you are destined to repeat the same patterns unless you take responsibility and change it. And that is the work that I am teaching you all here, that I am sharing. I'm sharing it. I don't know that I'm teaching it or not. I'm teaching. It's being taught to me through my consciousness and psyche, and I'm sharing it with you. So, and let me see if I can read this. And we are about to enter the Lent with Ash Wednesday and Fat Tuesday, which culminate the Ascension. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And so I love that. So that's right. We are moving into the time of the awareness, the awakening of Haru, the rising of Haru. And that's what it's called in Kemet, ancient Kemet, which is often referred to as ancient Egypt also, but it's not ancient, it's Kemet, but just for language purposes. Haru and Easter in Christianity, Christ rising, a lot of the ancient religions, a lot of the religions are having celebrations now because spring is coming. We're waking up. We're coming back to ourselves. We're coming back to life. We're resurrecting, right? And your resurrection depends on how deep was your death? How deep was your death? And were you able to allow yourself to die, to be released, to be, scorned, to die, so that you can be born again? That's what you're doing. You're being born again. Haru, Heru. Go look it up. Go do your research and look it up. Haru. So that is that. Haru is the sun, though. Basically, it's the sun, the S-U-N. So the rising of the sun, and so it's when the light is returning to the sun. It's when the light. It's when the sun is going to start giving more light than dark, right? So when we go into winter, when we go into summer, we lose a minute of light every day until winter. So that's when the sun is descending, going into the darkness. Haru, Christ, going into the hell place, right? And then when spring comes, new life comes, and then it's a rising again. And so Go do your own research. It's all they're you know, it's all from different time periods and different sects and different, but they all mean the sun. It all means the sun. Okay. So yeah, it's, you know, different time period. They change names and all that sort of stuff. When you study the ancients, it all overlays the Greek, the Roman, Kemetic, Egyptian, and they put different names on top of the same thing. Jesus, Haru, all of it is the same. God, Ra, it's the same stuff. Okay, peace and blessings, everyone. I love y'all so very much. If you need support, you can go to my website. And today I'm doing like 3 tarot readings. I don't often do tarot readings. I do tarot readings for myself regularly. But, you know, so I offer tarot readings. I offer natal chart readings. I offer natal chart coaching to assist you in becoming aligned to your code, understanding what your code is. It is the most important thing I've ever done, is wake up to my code, to how my code is meant to function. I don't waste time anymore. Now I'm no longer, you know, thinking about, oh, I want to be in love, and, you know, how am I going to find love? And I'm no longer trying to figure out what my mission is or my purpose is, because it's all in my natal chart and I understand it. I read it regularly and it has changed my life. And so I'm not wasting energy doing stuff that doesn't have value to me any longer. Okay. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.